Hi everyone. I'd like to talk about an example about constructing a confidence interval for a population standard deviation. So here we have 12 observations. These observations represents the speed measured from southbound traffic on I-280 near Cupertino, California at 3:30 p.m. on a weekday. So we'd like to construct a 95% confidence interval. So here's the formula that we need to use. And from the question, we already know a couple information. So first, n is equal to 12, and the degrees of freedom can be calculated by n minus 1 equals 11. And then from those 12 observations, you can use your calculator to find the sample mean x bar and also the sample standard deviation s. If you forget how to do that, just go back to chapter 3 and look at the instruction there. Right, and then since we have 95% confidence interval, so 1 minus alpha, which is the confidence level, is 0.95. Alright, so what's left to find are the chi-square scores, basically chi-square right and chi-square left. And just take a look at the formula again. So see, chi-square right, we put it on the left-hand side expression, and chi-square left, we put it on the right-hand side expression. Right. So now let's find those chi-square scores. Right. So the number here will be the chi-square left, and this will be chi-square right. And the chi-square distribution is not bell-shaped symmetrical like the normal distribution in the t-distribution. So it is a skew to the right distribution. But the way to find the critical values are very similar. Basically, the area in the middle is your confidence level, so it's 0.95. And then the two-tail area is 1 minus the middle area divided by 2. So in this case, it's 1 minus 0.95 divided by 2, which will give you 0.025. Right. So now let's use table A4 to find the critical value. So the way table A4 is structured is the top row are the probabilities, or the area, to the right of the critical value. So the number in the body of this table are the critical value, or equivalently, the chi-square scores. Right? And then the left column is the degrees of freedom. So this table is sort of like table A3, but still slightly different. All right. So I think it's easier to find chi-square right first. Let's go back to the graph. So the area to the right of chi-square right is 0.025. And we know the degrees of freedom is 11. So here, area to the right is 0.025. So you first look at this column and then look at the row when the degrees of freedom is 11. So you get chi-square right is 21.920. Right. How about chi-square left? So now the area to the right of chi-square left is the sum of 0.95 and 0.025, which is 0.975. So if we go back to table A4, so we have 0.975 and then degrees of freedom 11, so it's 3.816. That's your chi-square left. Okay? So once we have both of these chi-square score, we can plug in into our formula, and then you will get sigma is greater than 2.9 and less than 7. Okay, that's it.